If there's one thing Hollywood is never short on, it's egos. In an industry where collaboration is key, putting those egos in the same room can sometimes produce disastrous results that range anywhere from stressful productions to full-on fistfights. Here are some celebs that learned the hard way that they should probably never work together again. Nicki Minaj and Mariah Carey. When it comes to being a diva, no one does it quite like Mariah Carey. So when American Idol producers put Carey on the judges panel with Nicki Minaj, they must have known the sparks would fly.
Would it be frightfully tiresome if somebody brought me some ice?
During auditions in Charlotte, North Carolina in 2012, tensions exploded when Minaj hurled profanities at Carey after growing tired of her behavior. The back and forth was captured on video and leaked to TMZ. After the epic blowout died down, the two eventually went back to acting like professionals. In the lead-up to Idol's 15th season, BET reported that Carey claimed the feud was fake and cooked up by producers. However, Idol producers made it clear to E! News that the feud was all too real, calling it a nightmare experience. They also knew exactly who was to blame. Producer Nigel Lythgoe revealed Nicki was not the problem. David O. Russell and George Clooney. In 1997, George Clooney was primarily known for his television role on ER, and his career in film was by no means a sure thing. So it was a pretty bold move when the TV doctor went toe-to-toe with director David O. Russell on the set of Three Kings. In a 2000 interview with Playboy, the actor claimed that he grew tired of Russell constantly berating crew members, and the situation reached a boiling point when the director allegedly kicked an extra. According to Clooney, he approached Russell in an attempt to defuse the situation, which did not go well. After a screaming match, Russell allegedly headbutted Clooney. Clooney fought back, and the two had to be physically pulled apart. Clooney told Playboy, "I had him by the throat." Russell and Clooney managed to make it through the rest of production. However, Clooney swore he'd never work with Russell again. In 2004, Clooney told Premiere, "Quite honestly, if he comes near me, I'll sock him right in the mouth." Definitely keep those two apart. Tina Fey and Paris Hilton. Even with a long career cracking jokes about celebrities, Tina Fey seems to walk a fine line that keeps her in their good graces. She's still close with Lindsay Lohan, which proves Fey can be pretty forgiving when it comes to celebrity antics. However, during Fey's time on Saturday Night Live, Paris Hilton was apparently an absolute nightmare of a host, and Fey didn't hold back when asked to share her thoughts on the hotel heiress. In an interview with Howard Stern, Fey said what she really thought.
She's a piece of shit.
According to Fey, Hilton embraced her stupidity and demanded to star in a sketch as Jessica Simpson because Hilton allegedly hated the singer. Fey claimed the Simple Life star barely acknowledged the cast, and in Fey's words, her cheap weave left nasty wads of Barbie hair on the floor.
Always dress like a princess. If you do, you'll be treated like one.
James Franco and Tyrese Gibson. While filming Annapolis, co-stars James Franco and Tyrese Gibson feuded so badly that Gibson openly told Elle in 2007 that he wished he could blow up Franco's house. According to Uproxx, the tension between the two stemmed from Franco's method acting, which even Franco admits was way out of control in his early acting days. In an interview with Playboy, Gibson said he felt like it was more than just method acting when Franco refused to break character while practicing the film's boxing scenes, which often involved Gibson repeatedly getting punched. Gibson said, "I never want to work with him again, and I'm sure he feels the same way. It felt very personal. It was f***ed up." In his defense, Franco claims he attempted to make up with Gibson, and he takes full responsibility. As for Gibson, he's remained mum on the subject, and we don't see the two working together again anytime soon. Bruce Willis and Kevin Smith. In 2009, Kevin Smith took a massive pay cut for a chance to work with Bruce Willis on the buddy comedy Cop Out. It was also the first time Smith directed a movie he didn't write, but he was up for the challenge if it meant working with Willis. Unfortunately, some dreams die hard, and that's the way it went for Smith. On an episode of WTF with Marc Maron, Smith described working with Willis as soul-crushing. He said Willis was essentially zero help and wouldn't even sit for the movie poster. In a lengthier interview with SBS Australia, Smith said he knew from day one that Willis was completely checked out for two reasons. First, he was supposedly intimidated by Tracy Morgan's ad-lib skills.
Call me back. Okay. I had the phone the wrong way. I was talking to the back of the phone. No wonder she cheating on me.
Smith said you could just see the color draining out of his face. Secondly, Willis allegedly only cared about the money, which is something that Smith had not dealt with before with other actors. Smith said Willis was a straight-up paycheck player. Nothing wrong with that. It's not against the law. But if you're going to get paid to do the job, do the job. He didn't want to do that.
He's not interested anymore. After the cop-out experience, I was like, if this is what it's like working with the best, I'm gonna go make cartoons.
We're pretty sure the two are happier without each other. Sheen and Selma Blair. In 2013, Selma Blair threatened to sue Sheen and Lionsgate for wrongful termination after she was fired from anger management. According to TMZ, Blair believes Sheen had her written off the show after she complained about him holding up production by being a slacker who never memorized his lines. However, sources also said that Blair's time on the show was always going to be short-lived, and when Sheen heard about her complaining, it happened even sooner. According to Radar, that process allegedly involved Sheen firing Blair via text and calling her a certain C-word. While Blair and Lionsgate presumably reached a settlement, Sheen was still salty about the situation in 2017. While appearing on Watch What Happens Live, he was asked to rank his favorite female co-stars. He praised Heather Locklear and said Lindsay Lohan was, quote, fun to look at. As for Blair and Jenny McCarthy,
yeah, I would like to kind of mash those two up together and just do that, just kick them to the curb, you know. They deserve each other.
Kiefer Sutherland and Freddie Prinze Jr. It's no secret that Kiefer Sutherland loves booze. The actor has 4 DUIs, and he literally wrote a love song dedicated to alcohol. On top of that, he's kinda short, which proved to be a frustrating combination for Freddie Prinze Jr., who reportedly hated working with Sutherland on 24 so much that he wanted to quit acting. Prinze told ABC News, Kiefer was the most unprofessional dude in the world. That's not me talking trash. I'd say it to his face. I think everyone that's worked with him has said that. After leaving 24, Prinze surprisingly went to work for wrestling promoter Vince McMahon, which he admitted was a different kind of crazy, but still preferable to working with Sutherland. He said, at least McMahon was cool and tall. I didn't have to take my shoes off to do scenes with him, which 24 made me do. Just put the guy on an apple box or don't hire me next time. You know I'm 6 feet and he's 5'4". In a statement to TMZ, Sutherland's rep said this was the first the actor had heard about Prince's grievances, noting that Sutherland enjoyed the experience and wishes him the best. This isn't exactly a denial, so we're pretty sure these two aren't going to play partners again anytime soon. Bill Murray and Lucy Liu. When Charlize Angels Full Throttle ramped up production, Bill Murray was noticeably absent from the sequel, despite playing series regular Bosley. According to the playlist, the actor was allegedly brutal to Lucy Liu during the first film, having stopped a scene to insult her acting, which resulted in Liu throwing punches. After that, Murray refused to appear in the sequel if Liu was involved, and he found himself replaced by Bernie Mac, or so the story goes. When asked about the incident almost a decade later by the Times of London, Murray simply said, "Look, I will dismiss you completely if you are unprofessional in working with me. When our relationship is professional and you're not getting that done, forget it." Murray also said that Charlie's Angels director McG deserves to be, quote, pierced by a lance, and Murray admitted to holding a grudge against Harold Ramis, one of his oldest friends and closest collaborators, for more than 20 years. In other words, don't hold your breath for a Liu and Murray truce. Shia LaBeouf and Alec Baldwin. In 2013, Shia LaBeouf and Alec Baldwin were set to appear in the Broadway production of Orphans until LaBeouf was fired from the show because of creative differences. In a lengthy interview with Vulture, Baldwin described his version of events. He claims that LaBeouf showed up to the set with a jailhouse mentality and began sending Baldwin videos in which he recited entire scenes from memory. Eventually, the situation went nuclear when LaBeouf told Baldwin during rehearsal that he was slowing him down. At that point, Baldwin asked to be removed from the show, but the director chose to fire LaBeouf instead. A year later, LaBeouf told Interview that his method acting had gotten the best of him. He also said that his goal was to, quote, intimidate the out of Baldwin. He even admitted to following Baldwin home after he got fired from the play. Needless to say, the situation got way out of hand. According to LaBeouf, the two actors have since made amends, but we don't suspect Baldwin will be working with LaBeouf anytime soon, no matter how hard LaBeouf might beg.
What are you waiting for? Do it!
Tom Hardy and Charlize Theron. Mad Max Fury Road may have been a box office success and a hit with critics, but behind the scenes, stars Charlize Theron and Tom Hardy did not get along at all. In interviews, Theron wasn't shy about confirming the rumors that she struggled with Hardy, and director George Miller even admitted that Theron and Hardy didn't have the best relationship, according to People. While sitting down with Esquire, Theron went even further by bluntly revealing that the two actors, quote, went at it, which she blamed on both Hardy's personality and filming conditions that involved them constantly working on a moving truck in the desert. In 2017, co-star Zoe Kravitz confirmed the feud between Theron and Hardy, which she partially blamed on the grueling production. On Watch What Happens Live, Kravitz revealed,
they didn't get along.
Yeah.
They didn't get along.
What
and we
was
were
the
also
issue?
in the desert for so long.
Right.
I think everyone was tired and confused.
Both Theron and Hardy are game for another Mad Max film, so buckle your seatbelts, folks. Thanks for watching. Click the Nicki Swift icon to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Plus, check out all this cool stuff we know you'll love too.